Hey, good morning, Roll Gang, and welcome on inside to a fresh episode of the Weekday WWNB.
We both have some crazy hair this morning.
Oh yeah, gotta love the bedhead on the WWNB. It's only natural. Have awoke. We are blessed to have awoke, and we are blessed to have a smoke. And we have yet to do our hair, so, this is the natural wake and bake.
Natural wake and bake, yeah.
How are you doing this morning, Rachel?
I'm doing good. Strange being on the show on a Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
But here I am.
Hyped to have you, for sure. Such a special girl with your processor sky. Every weekday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific, you know exactly where to find us. Today is Terpene Tuesday strain review, and we are going to do a little two-pronged edition. We've got this awesome happiest hour wake drinks to try and boost our high this morning.
We're going to chug them all right now.
We're going to chug them all. We got so many.
Just kidding. It's a good product. You can't just be
chug it all. No, yeah. So basically, they're little terpene shots that boost your high and give you a little bit of a added entourage effect to your smoke. For example, this classic wake. Shout out Happiest Hour for hooking us up with these. Only natural to sip on some Happiest Hour wake on the weekday wake and bake. Yeah, it's a terpene shot with a little bit of caffeine in it. Help you stay awake. There's 15 milligram terpene blend. We got some pinene, linalool, terpinolene, and caryophyllene in here to help boost our smoke. So let's give it a sip and try it out. First things first, before we get on into the strain review, this strain review Tuesday. Woo! That is smacking.
Does it say a flavor?
It's just a bunch of terpenes to wake you up.
Elevating blend of terpenes and caffeine, yeah?
It is really strong.
It
really great
smells
mixer.
Good.
Great to sip.
Is. At first I wanted to say it tasted like apple juice.
Yeah, but it's really fucking strong. It's a great mixer. The terp shots are awesome because you can just send them and it really does help out your
honestly, it
vibe.
tastes really good.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that.
Nice fruity, lots of terpenes up in there. Lots of the same terpenes found in our favorite plant. And really love this Wake by Happiest Hour. Huge shout out to Happiest Hour.
Look at how much we have.
So much. Yeah, stacked up on the Happiest Hour beverages. I absolutely love it. But anyways, without further ado, it's time to hop officially on in to this Terpene Tuesday strain review. Do you want to get the show started officially?
Yeah. First off, shout out to our two sponsors of the show, Amsterdam University, the first ever cannabis college where you can boost your cannabis knowledge. And shout out to the Rolling Spoon, which is also the promo code that Amsterdam has if you want to join any of the online courses or certifications or anything to increase your cannabis knowledge. Use promo code Rolling Spoon. And speaking of the Rolling Spoon, that is this handy dandy little cannabis multi-tool. Helps you seal the deal, roll a dime every time. Also packable, cleanable. Honestly, you can use the tip to get out some wax and put it somewhere if you need it.
That's what Rachel uses it for.
Yeah, that's the most common tool I use the Rolling Spoon for.
Next Terpene Tuesday, show us.
Okay, sure. But he's definitely like the roller in the relationship, you know. I mean, he is the spoon guy. He can outroll me in joints any day. I can do a pretty decent one.
Hey, I can outroll anyone. You guys catch the smoke, come on through. This is an issued challenge. I'm not just saying it. I'm willing to put up or shut up. We're rolling for speed, rolling for quality, rolling for amount. Tell me, rolling blunts, joints. Let me know. Come and get this smoke. Absolutely love to roll. Absolutely love to roll with my handy dandy rolling spoon and my girl Rach by my side. Just like every weekday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific. But today, on this special episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake, we are going to be smoking up some of this Mother's Milk. What a perfect strain to smoke with my future baby mama. This Mother's Milk.
Not for a very long time, everyone.
Okay.
Not for a very long time.
Okay.
We got some stuff to work out first.
Yeah, we do, for sure.
Got a crazy life.
But I'm very excited to try this Mother's Milk. I've heard a lot of really amazing things about this strain. Shout out the master cultivator, Chris. Mallet Dabs on Instagram, hooking it up with this amazing herb. Highly suggested to try this one because it looks super unique. I have never smoked this strain, so I'm really fucking pumped to break it down. Per the RSRS, the Rolling Spoon Rating Scale, Rachel and I are going to give this herb a final rating out of 100 to kind of give a deep dive review into some of Suma's finest cannabis flower.
I think it looks really good.
I think it does too. I'm really excited to crack it.
We went on a cultivation tour last week, and it honestly put just a whole new level of appreciation into it.
It does, doesn't it?
It was even just the people that were in the one room cutting up the buds, making sure they were perfect to send out, to the growing and cultivation aspect, everything. It was just so insane, so clean, so professional. Nobody
Truly.
could walk in there and be like, oh my gosh, this place is so sketchy, they're just growing weed. It was a full-on facility. It felt like I was in a freaking movie.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
It's a massive garden.
So now I love to look at all of the flowers because I remember seeing all the different types in the rooms and stuff. So it's just really cool. I just really like it.
Major shout out Fleur. We toured Fleur facility, an amazing cultivation facility. Always judging their top shelf flower. So what Suma does different is every one of their strains is in its own tent. You know what I mean? They grow in tents. So each of the individual cultivars that they grow get individual love. It's not like Fleur where they have rows and rows of plants. They have a shit ton of tents. And so in each tent in Suma, they're growing each strain so that they can give it the individual love and attention it needs. Each cultivar needs different nutrients, different light amounts, different humidity levels. Yeah, temperature. So it's really great that Suma gives individual love to all of their different cultivars. This Mother's Milk guaranteed to be grown in a tent of its own. So let's see how well they did cultivating this herb. The first Rolling Spoon Rating Scale aspect is pre-smoke judgment. So this accounts for 20% of the score is how it looks, smells, the bud structure, density, and so on. So really important to get a good judgment before we smoke. I'm going to open up this baby. Gotta get it nice and even. Bang. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
It doesn't smell like titties.
No, it doesn't smell like titties, says Rachel.
Mother's milk.
It doesn't smell like mother's milk. I don't know how there's there's a spice. There's a smell I've smelled before, kind of like Fruity Pebbles or that classic sweet spice. A little purpley smelling, even though there's no perp on these buds. Woo! They are great looking. Not very dense. Super fluffy. Super crystallized. I mean, very beautiful bud. I'm not gonna. It's not like seemingly perfect. You know, we've all seen those buds that are super densely packed, have that spiral shape, but it has a 10 out of 10 nose.
For sure.
Great coloration. Is it 4 out of 5 some dumb gas, or a 3 out of 5 just some nice bud? What would you say?
Before, I might say a 4, but I think now I will say it's probably a 3.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I was going to say as well.
It definitely could be worse, but it also could be better.
Yeah, this is some nice cannabis.
Yeah.
It's nice looking. It's not like dumb gas looking like the, I don't want to mention any other names.
It looks very airy. Does that
Yeah,
make sense?
exactly. And in the Rolling Spoon, it says density is a major factor in the pre-smoke judgment. It's just not very dense. It's just not very dense. That's the only thing. A little bit leafy, but honestly, still super nice flower. And really, there's only 20% into account for the pre-smoke judgment, because really, the only thing that actually matters is how the fuck it smokes. So I am going to roll up this beautiful nug of some mother's milk while we give a shout out to the sponsors of the show, because they make it possible for the Roll Gangsters and help out the Weekday Wake and Bake. First and foremost, your Rolling Spoon Cannabis Multi-Tool, helping you to roll a dime every time during this episode of the show. I hope you're using your Rolling Spoon to roll up something great. Please let me know in the comments section what you guys are session on this morning. Would absolutely love to know what we're session on together. And also, of course, already gave the shout out to WWnB University, the first ever cannabis college. Use promo code Rolling Spoon for 10% off your tuition over at WWnB and claim your stake in this budding industry today. So without further ado, I'm going to roll up some of this mother's milk, and we're going to give it our smoke on the... What's up?
Such a funny name.
The mother's milk? Yeah, you got some mother's milk in that fucking coffee this morning. Yo, yeah, shout out to all the Roll Gangsters tuning in on all the streaming platforms. If this is your first time tuning in to an episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake, we do this shit every Terpene Tuesday, breaking down a brand new strain here in Las Vegas to smoke it. What are the other days that we like to... Well, actually, we have a pretty big episode on Friday. Do you want to prime it up?
I guess I can. So on Friday, it is the 300th episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake.
Woo! 300!
We have been discussing if there's a way to not necessarily spice things up, but just change things up.
Yeah.
And we have come up with a few new days. So, like, for example...
No. We're gonna be releasing all of our new days. So there's going to be a whole new format of Weekday Wake and Bakes. And on this Fuck Yeah Friday, episode 300 of the show, we're going to be unveiling a slew of new formatted days for the Weekday Wake and Bake. And I am really fucking excited because, yeah, 300 episodes. I'm really proud of you, Rachel. You've been here for at least half of them at this point.
I was going to say, be proud of yourself. You kept the whole thing going.
Yeah.
It's all you.
Yeah, well, no, it's not. You know, it's really everybody. 45 fucking co-hosts. You started this bitch with me.
That we did.
And yeah, now we are fucking nominated for the Las Vegas Cannabis Awards for the podcast of the year. Even though, I don't know, I feel weird about it because we're not technically a podcast, but morning show.
Honestly, though, podcasts get more clout than morning shows.
Yeah, no
like,
doubt.
I feel like people have definitely switched to podcasts.
I have, for sure.
Yeah.
We should definitely start releasing them on podcast platforms at some point. We need a legit producer. But anyways, onward and upward. Super fucking excited to spark up this special Mother's Milk by Suma Cannabis. Suma growing intense weed. Intense. And I absolutely love it. I cannot wait to spark up. We got my Good Morning Roll Gang lighter here.
So cute.
Shout out to Cuzzo. And let's spark this baby up.
Let there be fire, I guess.
Let there be fire indeed. I like that. Wow.
I just like to smell the smoke at first.
I know. It's amazing.
Alright, what's up next?
Wow. The flavor.
Great
The flavor.
How
And
fresh.
it is pungent. It is pungent. It tastes like a fucking vape cart. The same spice that I could smell on the nose, definitely coming through on the tongue. A little bit woody.
A nice aftertaste.
Yeah. Super dank, right?
Yeah, I'm definitely not a huge flower person. And I just genuinely don't really like the taste of the actual smoke.
Right.
And nothing against flower, it's great. I know a lot of people love it. But that's actually one that I like.
Yeah.
Like,
It actually
doesn't-
tastes like sweet and spicy and rich.
Yeah. Like it has flavor other than like burning wood and smoke.
Yeah, fact. It doesn't just smell like burningness. It's got like a almost super hot take. It tastes like a plum to me. Like super danky, not overly sweet, but a little bit super rich and like
Do you know what a plum tastes like?
yeah, like juicy and
No, it tastes like a plum.
it tastes like a plum to me, like
Okay,
super
well, everybody's
dank
taste
and
buds are different, so I respect it.
I've smoked a lot of weed, so I can pull little notes out of the smoke. All the flower people know. If you've smoked a bunch of cultivars, you can kind of determine a little bit of flavor profiles. But I'm getting a little bit of plum out of this thing. It's kind of weird. I absolutely love the flavor. I don't think I can dock it a point. I think it tastes like, some of the best herb. It doesn't get much better than that, in my opinion. What about you?
Mother's milk.
Mother's milk.
I
So a
definitely-
5 out of 5 would be creme de la creme. A 4 out of 5 would be delish. What are your thoughts on the flavor?
Well, I think it's good. I don't think it's the best flower I've ever tasted,
Nah.
but I think that it's decent. I would probably give it a delish.
Yeah?
Or you like it a lot.
I would probably have given it the creme de la creme flavor. I really probably would have. I think
See,
I'm gonna
that's just
succumb
just-
to you. There are definitely strains I've had that tasted better. This is right in the middle. Can we maybe try to call it a 4.5?
Yeah.
We'll give it we'll give it that notch of extra points in the final score.
Yeah.
It really is. It's on the cusp of eliteness on flavor. It really is. And based on how it looked, this is a very surprising result. It tastes so danky and potent. I can't even explain it. Next up, we've got the ash color. So we have to make a little bit more ash, sadly. But actually, let's skip it for a minute. Get into throat rip. So the throat hit, the 5 would be that smooth, satisfying smack. A 4 would be a nice smack. A 3, we're looking at a pinch. Man, again, I absolutely love the throat hit. It's potent, it's crisp, and it smacks. But it is smooth. It's not harsh at all. It's really it's really smooth. It's really fucking clean smoke. What do you think?
I mean, I've had 2 puffs and I'm feeling it a little bit. I don't know if it's the wake drink or what, but it's pretty potent.
It is very potent, very enjoyable. The throat hit though, like whenever you take a rip, does it feel like some great herb? Does it feel smooth? Does it hurt at all?
It definitely doesn't hurt. I'm not like coughing like crazy from it or anything, but it tastes good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hits really, really smooth. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 5 out of 5 on the pre-smoke. It's making me, on the throat hit. My bad. But it's only because it smacks. It's got the full body rip of some high THC herb, but it's also got the nice smooth crispness in the back of your throat. You know what I mean? That shit that makes you know it's clean. It wasn't grown in someone's fucking, basement. This shit is clean, potent herb. A 5 out of 5 on the throat hit. Last but certainly not least, this ash color, so pretty definitive. A 5 out of 5 is whipped cream. A 4 out of 5 is cumulus cloud. We're probably looking at either a dark or a light gray.
It's giving like a cookies and cream.
Yeah, cookies and cream, that is a great descriptor. Great descriptor. The cookies, a little bit dark in spaces, but a little bit light in other areas. It looks like cookies and cream. And that needs to be one of these answers. But, you know, I'll probably give, cookies and cream a, 3 out of 5 because, you know, you got the darkness of the 2, but you got the cream of the 5.
Mm-hmm.
You know, cookies and cream. A 3 out of 5, somewhere in the middle. It's, you know, light gray, but it's not evenly colored. Like Rachel said, it's splotchy a little, you know?
Cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream. Cookies and cream ash. So a 3 out of 5 on the ash color, and the bag appeal, a 4.5 on the flavor, and then a 5 on the throat hit. Last but certainly not least, the definitive judgments. This is where we take a guess what terpenes are in it, what THC percentage, and see if it aligned with the smoke, if it aligned with the actual numbers on the jar. And then we'll just say how it made us feel. So burn time, definitely sufficient. It is burning for a while. Terpenes, you know, that purpley decadent myrcene. I taste myrcene up in this bitch.
I do not.
You don't? What do you taste? Linalool? You smell a little linalool? Honestly, it's given out so many terpenes. On the first couple rips, I was detecting terpinolene, but I don't detect it anymore, and I don't know if there's any terpinolene in it. It's a mindfuck of a smoke. I cannot put my fingers on the terpenes that are in it at all. There might be some linalool, might be some terpinolene.
I don't think there's any myrcene.
I think there's going to be myrcene. It tastes grapey. It's got that. That's the one that I really think is going to be in there, that I definitely detect. Okay. And then the THC percentage, it's stronger than 20. It's not ripping like a 30. It's probably somewhere in the 23% range, THC. Do you agree? Do you think a little less, a little more?
Probably under 25.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say 24 point something, 23 point something.
Agreed, completely. And then, last but certainly not least, how it made you feel.
I definitely feel it. I think that there's different types of feelings that I get from cannabis. I truly think that flower makes me feel differently than taking dabs or edible. This is kind of making me floaty in a sense, but also kind of like hyper, but like an anxious hyper. Does that make sense?
Mentally hyper, mentally zooted, but physically floaty.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. It's that is what we call a head high. You know what I mean? Like, we really are, all of our focus, I agree with it. Like, my body's kind of like just here.
Yeah.
But my brain is really engaged. A classic head high from the mother's milk. Really great for like focus, you know, thinking, a deep thought, maybe gaming. Maybe a nice gaming smoke, let your body fade away.
If I was gonna be playing some sort of game, this would definitely help. If I was supposed to be writing a paper or, you know, putting in a budget or whatever, like if I was doing work, this would definitely be a good one for it.
Yeah.
It's not making me feel lazy.
It's a nice, mellow hybrid.
Yes.
It is, and honestly, I have been absolutely shook by the awesome experience that is this Mother's Milk by Suma. Let's look at the actual numbers now. Rachel was spot on, 24% THC, 0.5% of CBG, a little bit of extra cannabinoid, a little bang for your buck right there. 7 milligrams per gram of myrcene, 5 milligrams per gram of limonene, and 3.5 milligrams per gram of caryophyllene. So real balanced terp profile, shows you why we couldn't put our finger on it. They're all within 2 milligrams per gram of each other. Super terpy, super potent. In my opinion, the perfect profile and smoke. For me, we're going to hear what Rachel has to say, but before she goes in, this is my 20 out of 20 definitive judgments. The taste lined up with the terp profile, the throat hit lined up with the percentage, the smoke lasted for a long time, it got me feeling really good, it has a little CBG in there for boosted cannabinoid. I cannot dock a point in the definitive judgments coming from me. 20 out of 20. What about you?
I think it's really good. I think the effects are good. I think the taste, I hate to use the word, but is manageable. Like, I'm just very...
You are bougie with the taste,
I'm just
which I love.
in a sense, and I'm sorry about that. I know I shouldn't be. But, like I said, that's not, like, the best tasting one ever, but it's definitely...
It's tasty for some flour.
Like I said, the effects, I think, are nice. Cookies and cream, ash, long burn time. It looked pretty.
Definitely.
So I give it probably, I get 18.5 out of 20, 19.
19?
The only thing I really have to dock is taste, but nothing's necessarily going to taste perfect for me.
So I think what we should do is we gave it a 4.5 on the flavor. I think we should bump it down to a 4. This isn't necessarily the flavor judgment, you know what I mean? This is like, how did it make you feel? And the burn time, and like, did the taste line up with it? You know how you said it didn't have too much flavor? It didn't have too many terpenes. You know, if it lines up with the definitive judgments is the shit we can't control. It's not really our opinion that there's 7 milligrams myrcene. You know, that's a fact. How much did that come through in the smoke? That's what we're judging, kind of. Does that make sense? So we're gonna knock it down the 0.5 point in the flavor, and we're gonna keep it at 20 for the definitive judgments, just because of the effects. You know, definitely a 19. We're gonna just reallocate the points, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Just switch them around a little bit, and tally up the final score out of 100 on the RS. You mind giving a quick shout out, lastly, to the sponsors while I do the math?
Sure.
Heck yeah. Appreciate you.
As always, shout out to the sponsors of the show, Amsterdam University and the Rolling Spoon. Amsterdam University, you know, the one and only cannabis college in the United States. Use promo code Rolling Spoon for 10% off. And then shout out to Rolling Spoon where you roll a dime every time. And the definitive judgment is...
Good job. I loved this. So we had so 5s are worth 20, 4s are worth 15, 3s are worth 10, 2s are worth 5, 1s are worth 0. You know, we don't have any 2s, 1s, or 0s, but that's how it works, basically. So on the pre-smoke, we had a 3, as well as the ash color. That's 10 points per, bringing us to 20. For the throat hit, we gave that baby a perfect score, 20 out of 20, bringing 20 more points, a 40. Then add in the 15 points from the flavor. We dropped it from a 4.5 to an even 4. 15 points brings us to 55. Thank you. And then add in the last 20 points from the definitive judgments, giving this Mother's Milk by Suma a 75 out of 100. And if you have somewhere between 80 and 70, it denotes you
top shelf.
This is some top shelf herb, ladies and gentlemen, and it really, really is. It's right smack in the middle of the scale, a 75 out of 100, firmly some top shelf. Definitely great effects, a great throat hit, some sublime smelling herb, honestly. Like, it really is a great aroma. Love the experience by Suma. A solid 75 out of 100. What do you think? Fitting?
Yeah, very fitting.
Yeah.
Very fitting.
It was a top shelf smoke. You know, it is really hard to score over 70 in the Rolling Spoon rating scale. I know it's tough because we only smoke fire on this show. We really do. We should bring on some shite weed, some like outdoor Cali weed, just to show you guys shit scores low if it's bad, you know? 50 to 40 is mids. And, you know, that's legit. We were smoking some absolute top shelf by Suma. And it's a great deal over at Medicine Dispensary. Like 10 a gram over there for some top shelf herb. Absolutely love smoking it with the Roll Gangsters and my Rachel, my beautiful co-host.
Thanks for having me. And shout out to these two.
Major.
Really good. I think we might have even helped. Because it says wait 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it's been over 20 minutes.
The
Since we
terpenes.
smoked it, so I think it might have done something.
I love it. Yeah, it definitely boosts your smoke. The happiest hour wake beverages to accompany your wake and bake. Mwah! Love you, Roll Gang. We will be back tomorrow for sadly, the last ever, the long-lived What Would You Do Wednesday.
So excited.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to make it not as grim as last week, right?
Yeah, we need a really good one to end it on.
Yeah. Got you.
Okay.
Faux show.
Show.
Closing out. Peace out, Roll Gangsters.
Peace out. Have a good day. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
See ya.
Peace.